Alrighty, like we've been doing every Saturday night, we got a brand new Dragon Ball Super Broly movie update. This time from the official Dragon Ball Super News website, or the Dragon Ball News website. This time we have 3 interviews with the CG producer Yuji Yokoo, CG director Cal Makino, and CG line producer Takuya Fukunaga. There's been a lot of talk about how the CGI is going to look in this film compared to Resurrection F, its predecessor. We're going to do some comparisons here in this video about the production of the film, and also some very interesting tidbits in this movie about where the battles are going to be taking place when the movie actually, gets done. So, for those of you wondering, just a quick debunk here. I've seen some misinformation going around. No, the movie is not finished yet. There is still stuff being done with the film. It's still being touched up on with the animation. It's probably not going to get done until next month. So just letting y'all know that next month, maybe early November, they have to do some final stuff, but the movie's not done. It's actually still being worked on right here. And the story here that I find interesting is that these are the guys who are responsible for the CG models. So they're going to take the cell animation, turn it into CG. And I know that with Resurrection F, there was a lot of complaints about that CG. Even in the movie theater, I remember it. I enjoyed the Goku Frieza fight, but it did look kind of wonky at times. One thing that's cool about the production on this film is that there's a lot of, Toriyama's way more involved as far as like visually what's going on, but there's also a lot of freedom. Just because Toriyama's more involved does not mean that he's micromanaging, and from what we understand, with Resurrection F, Tadayoshi Yamamura was very much kind of trying to control the thing and take control of the project, whereas here, everybody seems to get a chance to kind of be creative, and that is refreshing to hear. Not only did Nagamine, the director, see the models, but so did Toriyama. Now, what the interview tells us, and of course, thanks to Herm for the translation, is that Nagamine, the director, wanted them to use CG for the movie. Like, they knew they were going to have to use it because they want the film to take place in different locations, and they're basically saying that one of the locations where the fighting takes place in this movie could only be accomplished with computer graphics. So it's not just another boring wasteland. That's what Herm says. In other words, the movie's going to have a different setting for some of the battles than we've never seen before, because if they could do it before, they would have. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. I don't know if it's going to be a space battle, like in space, because we've seen that before in Battle of Gods, or if they go to some new kind of planet that just can't be done by cell animation, or maybe it would take too long to do with cell animation, with old school animation, so they have to use CG for this. That's what they think. And hey, who am I to argue? Now, also they talk about some of the transformations in the Broly movie. They discuss how the characters have different transformations, and there's going to be different, as a result of that, different CG models for each character. Broly changes forms throughout the film, and basically each transformation requires a separate model. So they have to basically build a new model for every transformation. It's like a new character almost they have to put in this thing. And also they have to put in more models for battle damage. So when they're fighting, if Broly's armor gets ripped off, which probably it will, they have to make a new model for that and then kind of move them around the computer screen. To me, this stuff's always been very interesting to me, not just in Dragon Ball, but also in any movie that's being made. Some more tidbits from the interview. Basically, they talk about how they looked at the old Dragon Ball movies for reference, and they wanted to do something different, but also more challenging with the CG. Nagamine says that they don't want it to look like the old stuff, but they want it to feel like the old Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So that's good to know for sure, using the CG to make it look like it feels that way. It's not going to look like an old school DBZ movie, but the characters are modeled like that, and it'll feel like that, is what we're getting here. Now, they're saying that the little CG only background that we talked about is going to be a highlight of the movie, is what they're saying. It's a place that does not exist in reality, like an alternate dimension, and they created it with the software Unity. So I've never heard of that program before, but that's interesting to me. An alternate dimension like that. Whoa, like what does that mean here? Like I'm probably gonna title the video like Goku versus Broly in an alternate dimension or something, because that to me is the most like eye-raising thing here. Now they're not saying it actually is an alternate dimension. That's not what they're saying, but they're saying that it doesn't exist in reality. This place that Goku and Broly are going to fight. Now, I have no idea if it is some kind of vortex. Maybe they fight in like a Milky Way or something. I mean, who knows? I mean, really, who the hell knows for this movie? We do know the power scale is going way, way up. Again, Nagamine did tell them, they gave them creative freedom, said do whatever you want. So they basically challenged themselves to create something that had never been seen before. But even though there is freedom, not every battle in this film will be CG. It's not going to be a CG mess like some of the Resurrection F stuff from what we're getting here. So as a result of that, they can't do everything they want, but they are going to mix in kind of the traditional animation with the CG. But it'll all be done with computers. That is obvious to everyone. And apparently, they're trying to keep up the pace when it comes to the CG stuff. So essentially, they do talk about how the Dragon Ball Fighters was really impressive to them. Now, I'm not saying that has a tie-in with the movie necessarily, but they do talk about how the CG models look like the anime, and they're trying to do an even better job than Fighters. That's what they're basically saying in the interview. And here's a shot right here of Goku versus Broly, unfinished. All of this is obviously, I mean, come on, you know that. And it looks like it's some kind of icy terrain. That's probably the earlier fight in the film. I'm assuming they're going to fight multiple times because obviously the final battle is not going to be in the ice. That is a different location where that battle's taking place. So, interesting. Another dimension, another realm. It could be where Goku and Vegeta fight or something abstract like that. I mean, I'm just going to title the video that, even though I'm not really sure how else to title it. You know, it is an interview with the CG crew, so... but it is an interesting story reveal that the Goku, at least a portion of that fight, is going to be in a place that we've never seen before. Could be another planet. Tough to really say. But essentially, those are the main tidbits from the interview. Thanks to Herm for the translation. Let me know in the comments, are you excited for this? I do think the CG is going to be light years ahead of Resurrection F. There is no need to worry about it looking like Resurrection F. I don't think that's the case. But still, I am... seeing CG is always a weird thing with me because I typically don't like it, but if they can use it just to enhance the traditional animation and to do something that hasn't been done before, hey, I mean, I already said the movie's going to look great. You've already got the classic legendary animators like Takahashi and these guys on this thing. You know, you've got literally some of the top guys ever. The dude that leaked out that spoiler the other day is a tippy-top animator from One Piece Film Z. The best of the best of the best are making this movie, at least when it comes to Japan. I mean, not everyone, but a lot of the best are. So that's something to look forward to if you ask me. Anyways, that's it. Hope y'all have a great rest of your evening. I'm about to go watch Canelo and Triple G. I'm recording this video right before the fight, so some of y'all are going to see it after the fight, but that's what I'm going to go do right now, so I hope it's a good fight. And by the way, I'm going for Triple G. That's who I'm thinking is going to win, but we'll see because Canelo's pretty talented. But that's coming up. I'm probably going to tweet out. I'll probably live tweet like my thoughts or whatever. But most of you guys will probably see this after the fight's already over. So anyways, that's it. Love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other.